and welcome to Damage Does D&D. We are back. It is Tuesday, therefore it is Elusive Tide Day. Elusive Tuesday? No, maybe not. Anyway, our beautiful pirate campaign run by the pirate master herself, Jade. Over to you.
Um, so,
Prepared as ever.
last we left off, I've definitely not just broken my keyboard.
Oops.
So, last we left off, you had been delving into the safe house main base of operations, as it were, of the Blue Blades. Initially on a hunt for Kaishun, sent by Lord Bazorn, the Amnazu leader of the Deephorn Shanty. But in the caverns, you found someone just as juicy to fight, the Lily Barkham, a supposed turncoat of the crew who had attempted to assassinate Phineas not too long ago, though to many of the crew she was thought to be dead, cast into the water, though here it seems she had been reanimated by something nasty. The fight went not smoothly, with Klein's mind being addled, but she was eventually brought down, with Eyeless very carefully coddling up and hiding away a sword that could have been quite dangerous if falling into the wrong hands. You then freed the young Barry Twin Gear and made your way out of the caverns after removing the bodies from the pools of water. You came back to the Venture's Call with all of your barrels of heads, and Phineas took Barry to go and reunite with Gabby, and he was successful in recruiting them to the Elusive Tide. And so, as the Venture's Call sailed around and Phineas went to go and retrieve the Elusive Tide to convene, whilst Kirkin made a journey up to the Great Tree with Eyeless in tow. So, we are going to pick up with Kirkin at the tree, though I will note that Barry and Gabby have been added to the crew spreadsheet, should you wish to inspect. So, Kirkin, you're making your way up to the Great Tree of Alcazar.
Yes, without Eyeless, of course, this time. Looking for the same bloke I was talking to last time anyway.
Yep, I definitely remembered to go look up that guy's name.
Excellent. Glad one of us did.
I do not remember. My notes are all over the fucking place.
There's a
I
half-elf?
apologise. It was a half-elf, but that was about it.
There are many half-elves in this place. That does not
Many
narrow it down.
half-elves. I'll say you get up there, and as it's quite late, you see that it's not as busy around the tree. You don't see the half-elf that you'd met, but you do see a couple of others walking about the grounds.
We'll try and get the attention of somebody in the hopes that word has actually spread by now. And maybe someone else will know what the hell I'm talking about.
As you're kind of getting some attention, a wood elf kind of turns and looks at you. She wanders up. Are you the... what was the name I was told? Are you Kirkin, perhaps?
That is I.
Ah, wonderful. We were told that you had spoken with the Great Tree. Have you had any luck in further endeavours? We're concerned, though less blood has been soaking into the pools.
We have, but it is not good news, I'm afraid.
No.
There is a system of caves behind the folds used by pirates, I believe. And
Pirates.
there are pools down there. Previously, rooms rather previously submerged, which have an ill feeling about them, and I believe are linked to the issues the tree is experiencing.
I see. I see. Where are these? Is there an entrance to these caverns within the city?
Yes, behind the waterfall and I will give better directions than I can by waving my hands vaguely here.
You can see the river that kind of drains away from the tree, leads to the waterfall that goes down. I see. We will send some of ours down to inspect these caverns. Do you have any idea the nature of what had happened down there?
More of the devourers were present there, and they seem to have a supply of bodies which they kept in the pools for their use.
Sorry, devourers. I am not familiar.
Think maggots, but larger, whose goal is to replace a person's mind and soul by devouring their body. We met these smaller ones below and believe a larger hive mind to be responsible for their making their way into the world.
Well, we'll make sure that those we send down are properly armed to deal with such problem.
A wise precaution.
I shall report this to the tree speakers. Thank you very much. I'm
Thank you.
sure that Hazar itself would wish to thank you as well. So she kind of nods and then kind of hurries off towards the main temple building.
Yep. I will reach out to the tree, not trying to commune with it again, just, I've done my bit, take care. Saying goodbye to it.
As you kind of reach out, you're kind of looking up, and you just feel a slight drip of water hit the top of your head.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of drains, it kind of slides down and drips down into the river in front of you. You can see there are no leaves falling now. The tree seems to be a little bit healthier, and you kind of just behind your left ear you hear a slight creaking of wood. It's very faint.
Check my staff.
Look at your staff, and yep, all 4 leaves there. Your staff has gained another leaf.
Yay. So close.
You get a sense of well-being, as though you've helped another soul.
Excellent.
As the stars begin to appear in the sky, is there anything else anyone wishes to do within the city?
I'm just flying above the captain to make sure no one else tries to kill him. Silently up in the air.
Phineas, where are you heading to?
I think after I'd broken with Gabby and Barry, we were going to head back to the Elusive Tide. Wait, Kirkin, were you going to head back to the Tide?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. We'll wait for Kirkin then, or unless we converge there, and then begin to set sail around the to the north, around the coast to meet the whatever the other ship was called, the Entrepreneur Spirit,
The Venture's Call.
Venture's Call.
The Entrepreneurs something or other.
That was fake ship name.
What we named,
fake ship name that you didn't spell right because you got Klein to do it.
No, it was a fake ship name with fake spelling. Deliberate, totally.
Yes. Yeah, very clever, obviously.
I'm.
So,
Sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, so you get back to the Elusive Tide. Your crew is still in place. It's clear that some games of cards have been being played on the deck whilst they've been waiting. They all kind of jerk to attention when they see you coming on board.
I'm
And,
not on board.
Most of you are still on board the Venture's Call.
Yeah, I'm on board Venture's Call. I will stay there. Depending on who else is staying there, I will do something.
Yeah.
If the captain's on Venture's Call, Klein will be like, want me to stay here?
Captain's going. All right, sorry.
Captain's gone back to the Elusive Tide. Captain's on. You're on Venture's Call.
Oh, so Phineas
I-
has gone back to Elusive Tide.
Was
Phineas has
I
gone
charged
back
for
to the Elusive
staying
Tide.
on this other ship? Can't remember.
I think so. Yes.
Yes, I've left you in charge. While we
Okay.
fetch them.
Yeah, that's cool. I'll stay on the for the Venture's Call then.
So, you get back, Phineas, and Kent is kind of nods and says, "So is everything done?"
Everything was sorted well, yes, I think.
Good. Well, hopefully Kaishan will be one less thorn in our backs.
Oh, well, he wasn't there.
Ah.
We fixed many other things.
Well, that's good to know.
Um,
Are we sailing out?
Lily's double dead now.
Double dead, no backsies.
Hopefully she stays like that this time.
Hmm.
You'll have to inform us of the stories and what you found.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, we'll be heading out as soon as. Well, we've got some new crew joining us. Gabby, Barry, this is Kent, a fine officer.
Pleasure to meet you, new blood. Gabby kind of gives him a mock salute, and Barry's kind of carrying a bag that is clanking with every step.
Yes, we'll be. As soon as everyone is on board and ready, we will be heading around the northern coast. There is a ship there we will be meeting with.
I see. What's the name of this ship? Might I ask, Captain?
The Venture's Call.
Venture's Call. Okay. And
It is-
Kent goes on to relay those orders to Alara. Kirkland, unless there's anything else you're doing in the city, you'll say that you're walking down the docks, heading onto the boat now. And
If,
Elusive Tide.
If Kirkham's heading onto the boat, I will just look
You're
at her.
on the Venture's Call.
Oh, okay.
This is why I'm kind of like, do I just sink the Venture's Call once you're done with it? I don't need
So confused.
can't handle two boats at once. Too complicated.
We need to sell it for profit.
Yeah, that was the plan.
That's the plan. Yeah. So I'll say that Elusive Tide is beginning to kind of sail out of the docks. Anyone on Adventure's Call doing anything as you're moving out to the rendezvous point?
Yeah, I'll be obviously setting with it obviously being a very limited crew. Klein will be setting the sails up, making sure the ropes are tight, making sure everything's good. Definitely making sure that the barrels are secure enough for potential stormy waters,
Yep.
as they have our bounties in. And then basically taking orders from Quarantine as and when, but also doing his own thing too.
Okay.
So is it only Phineas, Gabby, and Barry that have gone back to?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Kirkin and Lack are with them as well.
Iris has gone back to that as well because technically with
Yes,
Kirkin.
Iris was with.
Yeah,
Kirkin.
Iris was with Gherkin.
So
But whilst Kirkin was talking, he was far too busy looking at the reflections in the water.
So Quarantine, Aldris, Balkan, and I are on Venture
Yep.
School. Yeah,
Yep.
I'll be kind of quickly, but also trying to show Balkan a few extra bits of obviously what the bosun does. Also, as he was interested when he first got onto the ship.
Well, what do you do? Because like Quarantine, you know that's not her name. It's Quarantine, but she
Right,
says that she just does everything. She's
Right.
you.
Yeah, she kind of does and doesn't. And I know that's her name, Balkan. Here's a little secret for you. I know it annoys you. That's why I say it.
Should I do that?
No, don't you start it.
It
Call
doesn't
it.
seem very nice.
It's a little bit of like banter we got, you know.
Does she have a name for you?
Well, probably lots of stuff. Hunk of love, sexy. She wants me, so it's just that little bit of rapport we have, you know, bit of tete-a-tete, but without the tete.
You have no idea what he's on about.
Of course he doesn't.
And
But,
this is what being a bosun is.
No, being a bosun is making sure that the ship's secure, it's intact and good enough to sail. And obviously, because I've been on the seas for many a year, I know a bit extra about the boats. Hence why limited crew. So I'm setting the sails. Would be a hand actually, because if we do need to change them and you know what to do, we can do it together, so it's quicker. So like,
But
if you
I
just
have a job.
right, no, you do, but it's always good to know something else, just in case something happens to somebody else on the boat.
Well, it's true. We've got new crew now,
Are you
so
all right over there?
that means like me and Aldris and Iris will be promoted, and Kirkin.
It doesn't quite work like that, because most of the crew is there for the general running of the ship.
I mean, to be fair, I was like vice captain ahead of you, and I've only been on this ship for a few days.
Right, yeah, I've done that before, and I'm not exactly the best at doing it, so mine is kind of like head straight into the storm and kill everything, as you know. Whereas a voice captain, a first mate is what they call him properly. I kind of like the captain, level head, and kind of thinks about things and takes what others say on board. Like you do.
I'm a big thinker.
Yeah, exactly. So, do you want to learn a few of these things to make it quicker to sail with the other ship when we meet up?
Okay. I'm
And-
not good at retaining information.
That's-
Make an intelligence check for me, Vulcan.
Do you want me to do like a performance or something of how well I?
Do a charisma check.
Oh, wow, either are probably shit for me. So,
So-
not bad.
You said intelligence.
Yeah, intelligence.
Yeah, this tracks.
Klein, what did you get?
I actually I've got +0, but I've rolled a 15.
15. Okay.
3 minus 1. 2.
Being a bosun is easy. It's just like being like chef to the captain and all of that. It's easy enough.
So we have to check the boat's intact because we're not sinking. So your job is complete.
Right, yeah, kind of. But just because we're sinking doesn't mean that the boat is fully intact.
I mean, if you're insecure about your job, you don't need to big it up what you do. You could just say you don't do a lot.
No. We all do equal amounts, Balkan, right? Whether it be cleaning the deck, or making food for the captain, or sometimes being honorary first mate. Like, we all do equal amounts for the ship. It's fine. Like, a promotion doesn't mean that you're better than everyone else or do more. It just means it's just a role in the ship's hierarchy, right? Just so everyone knows kind of what they're doing.
Have you been drinking?
Always. Or do you think I got the extra barrel of rum?
Okay, I'm bored now.
Okay. Well, sit
Okay.
back then and you can just watch me do what you do, right?
So
And I'll just plonk down and just stare at him.
Quarantine and Aldris, anything you two are doing?
Yes. I have set ex-Captain Lambard up. I've sort of propped him up near the wheel where I am. And every now and again I just look over it and go, "So, Remy, it's very nice to see you again. It's been too long. What's that you say? Ah, I see, yes." Yeah, and I'm literally just having a one-sided conversation with him
Fair enough.
whilst hanging
Fair
onto
enough.
the wheel of the Venture's Call, awaiting orders.
Quarantine is the only sane member of the crew on the Venture's Call. What are you up to?
All right, everyone, look alive. Well, some
Well,
of us
if
more
you do-
alive than
if-
others, but
Can I just object?
I'm
to that?
alive.
Uh,
I'm alive, and Klein has checked that the boat's alive.
Remy here is
Excellent.
definitely not alive. Does he have to be alive? I could probably do something about that.
He
pay
just needs
attention,
to.
everybody.
He just needs to look alive. Just sort of prop him up.
Well, I'll just sort of
Weekend at Bernie.
yeah, weekend at Bernie and arm around my shoulder. Right, we're ready for your orders.
Right, let us catch up to the elusive tide and try not to steer us into anything that will sink us, please.
What do you think, Remy?
What do you-
Shall we show her how it's done? Start spinning the wheel to turn us round.
What do you want to eat? Quarantine.
We got any gnomes?
Do you like
No,
surprises?
We're not eating gnomes.
Very well.
Do you like surprises? Because the captain, he doesn't like surprises.
Not as a general rule, no.
I know you like sausage. Jizz.
I am
Sausage.
partial to sausages, yes, but I've been known to eat fish from time to time too.
I like fish.
Someone's being rude again.
You're not there, shush.
Quarantine, can you make a Christmas saving throw for me, please?
To not go insane from the just babbling idiocy on this ship. Yeah.
It's a ghost ship.
Remy doesn't think so. Remy's totally into this whole ghost thing.
Yeah, that's a natural one.
Oops.
Ooh. What was the total?
10.
You take 2 points of damage as you kind of give out the orders and then talking to Vulcan. Your head is suddenly racked by this intense headache before it abates a little. Just kind of catches you off guard.
You okay?
No, I think I'm coming down with a headache.
Why don't you go and get some rest? I'll be in charge and I'll bring you some fish.
Let's just get to the elusive tide.
I'm just
and
trying to
then
work
I'll
out whether
rest.
Balkin being in charge will make your headache worse or better.
Well, if you could just assist Klein for now, please.
I'd imagine worse.
He doesn't do anything. He doesn't need assisting.
Miss
Well,
Quarantine,
maybe you can do
could,
check of the ship. Make a inventory of what we've got on board.
Ugh. Can't you make one of the new crew do that?
You are still relatively new, darling.
Yeah, but I'm not the newest.
Well, Gabby and Barry have gone with the captain, so.
Yeah, but you're the captain of this ship. You need to have the authority to make decisions.
My decision is go and do the inventory, please.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, backfired.
Miss Quarantine, if you wish to lie down, my friend Remy here says you can use his cabin. He's no longer needing it.
Thank you, Aldris. If you could just take the wheel, as I know you're
I already have the wheel. My assistant Remy
to do
here.
so.
I've downgraded him slightly.
I will rest when we get back to the Elusive Tide. But thank you
Very well.
for your concerns.
Ready
So
and waiting
that's
for
the-
orders.
I'll
Remy,
say that
salute.
Take her
after
out.
about half an hour, the two ships then kind of come together, and you're able to
Ramming speed.
rendezvous out in the.
That's
in
what
the
I meant.
waters.
Ramming speed rendezvous. I get those confused.
What would you like to do?
Ram the other ship.
You have a
Your
ship
inventory.
carrying cargo of heads.
I don't know what inventory is, so I'm just going to walk around the boat looking at things.
Yep, there are lots of things to look at.
That's fine. That's fine.
So,
Just sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Kent, the ship is yours, please. I need to go and have a lie down.
certainly, Captain, you okay with me doing this?
Of course, yes.
Okay. I'll need to take some of the crew to take this. What are we planning on doing with this vessel?
Just before Kent takes charge, I want to go into Remy's cabin and ransack it. I want all his shit.
Make an investigation check for me, please.
Sure. Can I have advantage because Remy's with me?
Unfortunately, he's a little bit of dead weight, so
Okay.
he's not helping that
You
well.
sit there, Remy. You're not helping. Please be good. No, it's not good. Ah, wrong dice. 5.
5. Yeah, no, this room's been ransacked
fair
and cleaned.
Fair enough.
So make a perception check for me.
Okay. 21.
21. As you kind of come to this conclusion, oh wow, this room's empty. You see, you look down, you see one of the scimitars that you're carrying from Remy, and you see a glint of gold on the blade.
Well, hello. Pull it out.
It's
You've got a lot prettier than you used to be.
It's this small little speck starting to kind of slowly grow and radiate out along the edge of the blade.
Well,
It's very slow.
aren't you interesting? Is it sort of just growing along the blade, or is it pointing at something in the room, or?
It's just kind of spreading across the blade as though it's replacing the metal.
Lovely. Orala will be pleased.
So, Kent is going to take some of the crew with him to captain and lead the venture score. So, what is our plan with this boat? Where are we heading, Captain?
Head straight back to Deephorn. We have business there.
Okay.
With, what's
He
his
kind of
name?
Catches a smell and looks in one of the barrels. Okay,
Yeah, don't look in those.
okay, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Sure. Right. Okay. You lot on. Get those colours down. We don't want to get shot as soon as we enter port.
Captain, you want me on this one or your ship?
I assume Kent has taken everybody he needs, and if that didn't include you have to stay here.
I can say for ease of crew distribution, Kent can have taken people like Beck and the others that fill similar roles to the party.
The
And
NPCs.
keep the party on the Elusive Tide for now, just because it's going to save my brain a hell of a lot more.
That's what I was
Yeah.
assuming.
Are you saying not to split the party?
Captain,
Yeah.
permission to bring Remy aboard.
Aldous is carrying the corpse of Remy Lambard with him.
Aldous, why are you keeping that corpse?
Well, there's an old saying, isn't there? Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. He's an enemy. I'm keeping him very close.
Very sage advice, yes, except it usually applies to the living.
Yes.
Take an inspiration if you don't have one already,
I
Aldous.
don't actually. I do now.
I'm gonna
That was
mutter in
beautiful.
primordial. I'm not sure either one of them are really living.
And you'll hear back from Klein, you and me both.
Can we just remove his head to store with the rest of the heads and then dispose of
But-
the body?
But that would involve him being further away, and I wouldn't feel very safe, you see.
He would definitely be headless and at the bottom of the ocean.
I mean, technically, you'd think that that would stop him from causing harm. But
Right. So I'll stop trying to convince you and just tell you we're not keeping a corpse on board indefinitely.
right, okay. Can I keep his head?
We are selling the heads.
Not this one though,
Why do you want a head?
because it's the head of my
Oh,
enemy.
just come on, insane.
Be sane. I'm probably the sanest person on your crew.
Yes.
See, quite. Okay, Mr. Klein, could you just chop this person's head off, please?
I have been waiting for you to ask me that for quite some time.
Thank you
Of
very
course
much.
I will. And I chop the head off. I take the body, and I'll be like, Mr. Aldous, would you like to say a prayer or two?
Just one moment, and I'll take a gold coin out of my pocket and just sort of look at it for a bit. Orala, make sure he doesn't come back. And just tuck the gold coin into Remy's pocket.
I
Dispose of the
was hoping
body.
you were going to say neck there.
No, just in his pocket.
Make a wisdom check for me,
Me?
Aldous. Yeah.
Okay.
Wisdom or charisma? Your choice.
I'd rather do charisma. Rolled exactly the same number, but charisma's higher, so 15.
15. Okay. As Klein throws the body overboard, you can see that from the neck, more than just that one coin had started spilling out of the body as it then sinks
Nice.
below.
Thank you, Orala. The gift, as ever, is to you. And I will pick up the head and go on to the venture school. No, not the venture school. I will go back
To
onto
Elusive
the
Tide.
Elusive Tide.
Elusive Tide.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you are sailing towards Deep Horn, though it is quite late, and you're all probably quite tired after the events of what you've been through. So, is there anything anyone wants to do before you kind of bed down and sail through the night?
I'm gonna pop down to see Quarantine because I think she said she was going to rest from a headache.
Yeah. Quarantine, are you in your private
Yeah.
bunk? You hear
Just
a
sort
knock
of
on
lying
the door.
there with like a cold compress on my head.
Quarantine,
Yes.
may I come in?
Oh, Captain, yes, of course.
I'll wander in and close the door.
I think it's the first time you've ever been in here.
Nice.
Boom, chicken, wow, wow.
Fanar.
Can't trust you guys at all, can we?
Nope. It's quarantine. Of course you can't.
So I'm just gonna unzip. No,
Oh,
I'm gonna take this note out of my fancy jacket pocket and hand it to Quarantine.
What's this?
I found this on Lily. Is this the one I got from Lily, or is this the one from Kashi?
Yeah. If
From the
it's the
office.
one, if it's the one mentioning Kustira and is signed off as Lady K, then yes, it's the one you found on Lily.
The one you hadn't shown her was the one from the office.
Yeah, the one
Yeah.
Jakai Shun.
Letter to Kaishin, which is in the
Yes. Provide. Oh, I did send you that message though, didn't I? That. Yes. Yeah, last week.
If not, I can pass that on.
Oh yeah, I saw the one Lady K one, yeah, but no, you this is the other one from Kaishan.
That's the one.
So Lady K1 was on Lily. The letter to Kaishin was found in his office.
Yeah, because I wasn't at the office.
Right.
That's the one in Google Docs.
Yes.
Which I'm trying to
If
find.
you go to side,
It is.
side games?
No, it's in general
No.
pinned messages.
General pins. There should be a one there.
You read this. Yeah.
I can read it out if you wish. But
Go for it.
Kaishin, these are the last of the ships that I can supply to you. Any more and Prince Akal will grow suspicious. Your activity already has Tal Hazar under watch by his agents, so I suggest you make your move soon. I am, however, sending on specifications for you to construct your own sloops should you need more. Your plans to attack Deephorn are risky. You would be wiser to assault and take Skywatch. Lord Bazorn is not to be messed with for now. Skywatch is far less defended and isn't allied with the Shark. I should hope that I do not need to remind you of Lady Kazast's insistence to lead him to her. The Silverleaf will deliver the egg you have managed to acquire to our allies in the north. They have plans for it that would hopefully allow me to unseat the Kraken, though I insist that you ensure that both your old partner and Miss Prescott are dead next time. I am disappointed to hear of your failure in that regard. We will claim the seas as rightfully ours, and you will have all the wealth you deserve in time. 4 years is short enough. Don't push me, or you will understand why I was chosen for this goal. Yours sincerely, Lord Kingston.
While she's reading this, she just kind of looks like she's absorbing the information. She looks a bit puzzled when she gets to the section that mentions her by name, and then when she reads for who it's from, there's like you can see the tension in her fingers, and it's like she's almost frozen in anger.
And you see a little bit of magic sparking off of her.
Quarantine, are you okay?
Should have known. Lord Kingston, as he's calling himself.
Oh?
He was the one who killed my father.
Oh.
Sunk his vessel to the bottom of the ocean. Which caused my mother to almost disappear in her grief.
Hmm.
And that is how I ended up on the Elusive Tide. Because both my parents were no longer there anymore.
And Captain Garvey was friends with your father.
My mother's brother.
Right. Can't even remember if I knew that or not. I'll just pretend I didn't.
Possibly.
I think I did.
I think you were on the crew when Quarantine was a teenager, because you're the second longest serving on this
Yeah.
vessel.
No, I think
Just
I
behind
mentioned
her.
it after he became captain.
Also true, I think.
Well, it seems we have aligning goals. Not just you and I mean, everything that's happening seems to be coming down to many things coming together that I never expected.
The other note, the one on Lily, from a Lady K. You don't suppose... He was always jealous. He wanted my mother. Which is part of why he did what he did. But instead of driving her into his arms, it drove her crazy instead. Whether or not he's married someone else, I do not know. But someone calling himself Lady K, it could be connected somehow.
Alright, can you make a charisma saving throw for me, please?
It was very nearly another natural one. 22.
22, okay. You kind of get hit by that kind of thunderclap of a headache, but you're able to kind of listen through it, and you just hear a faint voice that you recognize. Help me. Reminds you a lot of the serpent that you spoke with in the egg.
We need to get to the egg. It's calling me. The headache was not caused by Aldris and Bolkin's shenanigans.
A little bit.
You wanted to call it worse there.
Fuckwittery, I think, was probably more like it.
Shenaniganry.
It's calling for me to help. We need to find it.
Silverleaf, just scanning over the note again. Silverleaf will deliver the egg to the allies in the north.
And the smaller note makes mention of a city.
I was just looking for that.
This is the fun bit where you get to use the map.
Ooh. It's in the site on land south of Kustira.
Kustira.
Just above Brass too.
Got the map open. Oh my god.
Yeah, zoom out a little bit if you.
It is on the Roll20.
Just brush up on my cartography. Well, I would suggest then we make haste to Deep Horn to sell the ship and heads to Lord Bazorn. Fill him in a little bit and then set sail north. Pretty much dead. Yes.
Thank you for bringing this to my attention. I want to see the bastard dance with electricity streaming through his veins.
I will, however, warn you what I've just told Aldris. You are not keeping a corpse.
Yes, I'm still not entirely convinced that Aldous is not a walking corpse himself. He certainly smells that way.
Rude, I do not. Look like a corpse, don't smell like one.
He is quite the mystery.
You can understand now why I thought my headache originally was caused by him and Vulcan's deeds.
Been a very long day. So, if there's nothing more, I'm going to head to my cabin for some much needed rest.
Okay. As you step out of the out of quarantined room, Phineas, you get a scent of cooked fish. You just see a plate of cooked fish just outside quarantine's door.
I'd have gone back to the fly's nest, but I will be leaning over it, keeping an eye on Klein, too many Ks. Make sure he doesn't attack any other members of the crew. Just keep an eye on
Make
him.
an insight check.
I was going to
Make an
say,
insight check.
I was going to do something. So while he's doing this, you'll see Klein at the bow of the boat, the ship. Sorry.
9.
9. You best keep watching him for a while. I'm not sure.
I think so.
Yeah. Whilst he's doing this, though, he sees Klein at the bow of the ship. And he's kind of stood there, not stoically, but with trident in hand on the floor, as if it was like a staff. And for several minutes, he stood there, what looks like in thought, and he is currently thinking about the events that happened whilst being charmed, and kind of just shakes his head and sort of snaps out of it. And then, first time on the sea for a while, he's just going to hold the trident softly in the palm of his hand again and see if there is any reaction to a certain direction or a hum or anything like that there has been before.
It kind of wavers a little, not really settling on a particular direction. Seems unsure.
Yep.
As you're doing this, you hear Mr. Klein.
Oh, hello? Wait, hello?
You turn around and see Janine stood behind you.
Hello there, Janine. How are you?
I am good. I have this for you. And she pulls out this shield.
That looks absolutely lovely.
Here it is. So, it's made from those dark green scales of the storm serpent, but you can see this kind of like almost like fine mortar between the scales, made of amethyst throughout.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of offers it to you. Please have a try. I've done my best with it.
Great.
You may add a storm scale shield to your inventory. Fine.
Inventory. Manage inventory.
I will
Oh.
say that you can only have this, but you have to choose between this and your amethyst barrier as to which one you were wielding at any given time. You can't wield both of them at the same time.
Completely. And it's, just on that, add to equipment. Sorry. Let's just have a look. So on that, because the barrier is attuned, assuming obviously this one is as well.
Yeah, as long as it requires achievements.
Minimal attunement time, almost like a.
It's an hour attunement time. You can attune over a short rest.
Yeah. Okay, let's just have a look.
So it provides you resistance to thunder damage. It's only got +2 bonus to AC, like a normal shield, as opposed to the magical one from the barrier. But you have a reaction ability called Thunderous Parry.
Yeah, I'm just reading that.
You may use one of the 2 charges on the shield to add 3 AC to an attack. And if this would cause the attack to miss, the attacker takes 2d6 thunder damage.
Ah. Yes. Okay. Thank you, PM. And
Yeah.
oh,
he's got all wobbly, look.
it feels nice there, Janine. I think I'm gonna like this shield. Thank you very much for that. Was there any extra gold needed for it?
No. It was a pleasure to work on.
Thank you so much. Anyway, like
She's
as a politeness,
kind of beaming and very happy that you like it.
and as a politeness anyway, because what's money anyway? And he gives her another 100 gold.
Oh, hey, thank you. She happily accepts it and kind of skips off.
And yeah, so basically you'll see Klein, who has now a trident, a javelin, a great axe on his side, and then he kind of sort of like shuffles about a bit, kind of pulls the other shield to one side on his back, and then just kind of goes and sticks it on the other side. So essentially, he looks a lot more like Balkan.
Walking armory.
And it was just kind of like,
in the water.
Yeah.
And yeah, he then walks off to go to his quarters to go to sleep.
Okay.
Nice show.
So, as a reminder, you do have other items that you have picked up. Just a couple. Unfortunately, you didn't get the sword. Isla's got the sword that Lilydrop does. So I'm hoping that one of you would get it.
Ash just sent me a message saying, "Has anyone tried to look at the sword?"
I'm assuming not. Ilas is keeping a strong hold of that.
I think the 2 people who would like to is Klein and Aldris, but out of respect of Ash not being here, I haven't done so far.
He's on his way back, so he might join us in the second half. So maybe we can do that then.
Okay, that makes sense. Cool. So,
I would like
quarantine.
Well, I would probably do my duties and identify anything magical that needs identifying.
Okay.
But I would also see if there would be a way to try and reach out to the creature in the egg to see if north is accurate and how it is.
Okay. Does anyone have any items they wish for quarantine to identify?
Yes, please.
I think the captain had all the other quarantine. All the captain had them, didn't they?
I have 2 scimitars that I removed from. Can't remember who I removed. They Remy's? Yeah, they were Remy's, weren't they?
Yeah, Remy's. Yeah.
I just gave all the magic I found to the captain.
Yeah, I've not made a note of anything.
Well, I've got a note of that. I took the 2 scimitars.
There was some stuff out of the office. There was the gun, was one thing.
Yeah.
There was something else as well. I can't remember what it was.
I have also got a small silver key.
That was the key for Kai's office, I believe.
Oh, okay, cool.
That came off of Remy.
That
In terms of notes of
ignored for like 4
magic things you guys found, there was the gem, which I think Quarantine I managed to identify already. There's the blueprint that you found, the Hold of Holding blueprint. There are the scimitars, and there is the pistol.
Right.
So yeah,
It's
I
on
would
Kaishan's desk.
take the scimitars to quarantine and ask her very nicely to identify them for me.
I have something to give to the captain, but it's only gold, so like knowing that he's gone to bed, I would do that in the morning.
Okay.
I will identify anything that's brought to me.
Okay. You start casting Identify on one of the scimitars, and you can see this weird, like, growth of gold over the blade. As you cast Identify, your magic suddenly kind of darts out and encapsulates the other one. And make a charisma check for me. Quarantine's rolling a lot best.
Charisma check.
Charisma check, yeah, it's a spellcasting check, basically.
Ugh, 9.
9, okay. It kind of jolts out of your control. The two scimitars fly together, and there's a flash of magic. You're both kind of blinded for a moment. And laying on the floor in between you are a pair of scimitars that have been fused at the blade that seem to be slowly turning to gold.
Well, that's interesting.
Hmm.
I shall pick it up.
Feels good. You should keep hold of this for a while.
Did you
Would you
identify
like
what it
That's
was?
my first.
Don't think I did.
No,
Maybe
they
I'll
kind
just
of
keep hold of
jolted
it.
out of your magic.
I'll just keep a hold of it.
Sure.
I'm sure it'd be perfectly safe. After all, Remy's dead, right? And these were his swords.
Yes, there's nothing like taking the swords of a madman and giving them to another madman.
That's exactly why I'm keeping them, so that madman doesn't get a hold of them. Very wise, Quarantine, very wise.
So, anything else that's being identified? Is the pistol being taken down to quarantine?
Yeah.
Okay. You cast Identify on this one, and nothing funky happens. And you find it to be an arcane revolver. It's
Fun.
the homebrew item that I was writing literally before the session started. So I am going to be tuning it a little bit, so the numbers aren't final. But it is a rare pistol. Can be attuned to by a sorcerer, warlock, or wizard. It's a +1 weapon. Can use charisma or intelligence for attack and damage rolls. And it can be used as spellcasting focus for those 3 classes. It has 3 charges, which can be used to either buff it to do extra damage for a minute, unleash 4 attacks, unleash the full barrel at 4 targets, or just unleash all of the magic in a single shot that overloads it and misfires it afterwards. But it can be interacted with magic and has a misfire score of 5. So be very careful with it. You've got a 1 in 4 chance of it misfiring if you use it.
That's very powerful.
Yes.
I mean,
You'll note that I very specifically put sorcerer, warlock, and wizard. No offense, James, but Lack is.
oh no, that wouldn't have that because it's too noisy.
Okay, good.
He does silent from above.
The reason that this weapon took me so long is because Lack has lots of fun toys, and you need to be very careful about what weapons you give to a rogue.
And no, that's not Lax type of thing.
Okay.
Makes a
Okay,
noise.
cool.
He likes being silent and just dropping on people's heads and stabbing
Does
them.
make a lot of noise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's not my baby.
It also comes with some fun flavor text.
It seems like it's suited for one such as yourself or myself, Captain. It's an arcane pistol. Thoughts? but could be quite volatile. There's a good chance that it might implode if when reloading, but if it does not, it could be quite powerful.
And if it does implode,
So the way misfire works, if the weapon misfires, the attack you made automatically misses, and the weapon can't be used until you attempt to repair it, which can be done in combat. For this one, I would say you could use Arcana for this one for it, because it is a magical gun rather than Tinker's tools. But if that fails, you have to mend it properly outside of combat. However, it does have a special feature where you may, if you wish, use a spell slot or pack magic slot to repair it
yeah,
or
probably
recharge
not
it.
worth a, probably not worth a spell slot to me.
That's down to you.
So what does the spell slot do?
So a spell slot can be used to either repair it out of its misfire state or to recover 3 charges. I might actually link those together, so you can completely reset it using a spell slot.
Okay. Of course, Captain, the choice is yours.
I'm
Warlock,
interested.
wizard, sorcerer. So I might play about with it and stuff, see how it goes. I'm gonna check it with my mate who's good with this stuff.
Yeah. Well, how would you feel, quarantine, of using it? I wouldn't mind giving it a go, but
I mean, you know me, Captain. I tend to be more hands-on, but
I think it might look
If
quite
it's-
good with the outfit, you know.
if
Pirate
you decide
captain.
it's something that you are not happy with, then I'm more than happy to handle a good weapon.
So
I will
This-
be.
I
I
remember
will,
in like the first 2 or 3 sessions, those that were here originally, it was like 60% innuendo.
Yeah.
oh,
60% innuendo, 30% sex, and 10% pirating.
I will consider my job as failed if I don't get one of you using some kind of like revolver pistol or a flintlock pistol as pirates in this. Yes, you have a gun. I don't think you've ever fired it, Fiddy. Yeah, once.
Okay.
So if you can't handle their weapon, I'll handle it for you. Captain.
Should we take a break?
No.
So,
Quarantine, are you identifying the sword that Ilis has?
And
Now
you
we'll
ran-
touch the sword.
Oh, well, that's up to Iris.
Ilis is.
Quick catch up. We're just doing a round of quarantines, identifying stuff at the minute. What was found?
I know. I've been watching for the last 15 minutes.
If you have, do you have any magic items that are unidentified? You can take them down to quarantine and get them identified if you wish.
Captain, before you go,
Hmm.
the weapon that Ilis has taken into his custody,
Yes.
would you like me to identify that? Or are we just looking for ways to destroy it?
give it a try.
Part of me is intrigued by it, but I'm equally scared of it. And
Completely innocent. I don't know why you're so afraid.
Give it to Aldris. You know you want to. Who said that?
Alice's reaction to it was a strong one, and we should just destroy it.
then I suggest maybe you and he discuss ways of getting that accomplished. Of course, if lightning damage is key, you know where I am.
Yes, I appreciate it, but I don't think it'll be that simple.
Of course.
In fact, I might go find him now, but feel free to finish up. And I'll give the little pistol, the revolver, a little twirl in the finger, probably fumble it a little bit before sort of go. I've got nowhere to put this. I'll just hold it for now.
A little more practice and you'll be handling your weapon like a pro.
You're feeling better. Good to see.
Yeah,
Right.
she's been handling your explosive weapon for the past 10 minutes.
So, whilst that's going on, Eyeless, what are you up to?
So he would probably retreated to his corner and talk out the symbols again, and basically just sit and try and sort of keep renewing the warding on this thing, and see if
You see the silver threads are tight around the blade. Make a wisdom ability check for me, please.
Okay.
Channeling the village.
21.
21, okay. You see, as you kind of channel in the center of the chalk, a pool of water kind of opens up just on top of the wood. As you kind of look into it, you can see the reflection seems to go through the ship. You can see the night sky, and slowly in the center, the moon becomes visible. It's full. You can see the merfolk imprints that can often be seen in the craters and dark spots on the moon of Alai. And then the puddle ripples a little, and it shows a boat with an albatross figurehead on the front. It's the boat you're on. It is a tide, but it's a little different. On the very prow, you see yourself stood holding out a light at the front, and see the others scattered on the ship behind you. You see Klein with the moon sigil above his head. You see Quarantine with this lightning bolt with a crown wrapped around it. You see Aldris with a large coin with a skull embossed on the front. You see Vulcan with what looks like a simple turtle with foliage, maybe coral on its back. And then you see a couple that catch you off guard. You look at Lack up in the crow's nest, and you see a symbol above his head for a brief moment that checks notes.
Writes checks notes.
It looks like all the world, like someone's taken a stained glass window and shattered it, and there are just fragments there. You look at yourself, oddly, and where you expected to see Elias' symbol, you instead see the symbol of a crab. Above Kirkens is one of the strangest. It looks like drop of blood, maybe a tooth. It's very striking. But then as you just take that in, your eyes are immediately drawn to Phineas, who just seems to have this swirl of water that then begins to grow and overtake the puddle, with just a pair of eyes looking up before it blinks out and returns to just regular water, and then drains down through the wood.
Not walked into us at all.
That's probably them. It's probably them shrimp you had for dinner.
Is this shrimp fresh?
Yeah.
Nope.
Or are you telling me this shrimp fried this rice?
Yeah.
And as you do that, you hear footsteps coming down the stairs just behind you. Phineas?
Ilis, are you busy?
Yeah, you just see the silver just wink out, and he's just. Yes, Captain.
Are you okay? You seem to be in the middle of something.
I was just making sure that the protections I asked for help with are remaining strong.
Well, that's why I'm here. The blade needs to be destroyed, as you rightly said. Where can we do that? How do we do it?
I would not
Eyes
share
of Mount
this.
Doom, or
I'll not share this with anybody else except he whose ears it's for. But you are the captain. As you know, Klein and myself are children of the moon. And the Great Mother has told us that our champion is on the path, and it will soon cross with somebody that will be able to lock the blade away from any mortal hands.
okay.
For us.
So what do
I
we
don't
do?
continue on the path we're on, and I will continue to guard the blade until we and the Moon Mother will guide us when we reach our destination.
We had something very valuable to us on this ship before, and we kept it safe in a locked room with a guard. Poor Morris. And we still lost that valuable item. How can you be sure to keep it safe?
It will never leave my person while it's in my care.
Is that safe for you?
It's safer for me than it probably is for anybody else. I have requested aid from the Moon Mother, and she's been kind enough to. And he'll sort of unwrap the cloak again and just show him the thick silver thread that's now threaded around the blade itself, attaching it. Sorry.
You look at it, and this blade's nasty. It's made of bone, bound in like sinewy leather. No blood remaining on it, all drained away. But it's tightly bound by this shining silver thread
What? I didn't do
that
nothing.
is unerring over it. You can see faint tendrils of something trying to creep out from between, but they're burnt away by the silver.
I mean, in fairness, I'm probably the safest person to have the sword with because I'm not proficient in it and I've got a terrible strength, so I can't wield it for fuck.
It can be used as a spellcasting focus.
Yeah, shush, you're not there.
Also, there was something about it falling into mortal hands. Just saying.
Oh, if only that were true.
If only I were Hexblade.
If only.
Okay, you put that away. It's disturbing.
So I'll let her place it back in the
And
middle.
hide the sword too.
I was literally about to say that.
And
I will say, Phineas, make a perception check.
Perception. Not too great at those. 5.
5. Okay, cool. It's good. As you kind of look at the blades, you kind of start to hear this kind of like flowing of water. Feel your hearing a bit. It muffles Eyeless a little bit, but once the blade disappears, it settles down.
And now you really need to go to the toilet.
do I notice any of the whispers trying to again?
You can see them, but they're all being burnt by that silver. They're not escaping.
No, I
They're
mean
being held.
the auditory bits.
You don't hear them at all. Only Phineas hears them.
Okay.
I really need some rest.
My precious.
Don't whisper like that.
Oh, this was the best decision I have ever made. I'm so happy with it.
How about Eyeless? We ask Klein just to stick near you a bit.
It's fine. I believe
Not
we
all the
may.
time, not obvious.
Yeah.
The other times, quarantine can stick right by you. It's fine.
I believe we may have a few things to talk about.
Okay. Is there anything else anyone wants to do before you go to rest whilst you sail through the night?
Yeah, I said I was going to try and contact the egg.
Okay. Make a charisma ability check for me, please.
23.
23. You kind of instinctively kind of reach out after hearing its voice, and you, for a brief flash, you see desert. Different to the one that you've just been near. You see the egg up on a pedestal with people around it in robes chanting. Then there's a lightning strike as your vision blurs. Did you see that figure again? That dwarven figure with this tentacle beard. It looks directly at you and just said, "You heard its call. Answer it." Before you're shunted out of the vision once again.
Wow.
Okay.
Is this dwarven tentacle thingy familiar?
You can make there's a bunch of ones you can make here. You can make history, religion, or hearsay if you wish.
Oh, hearsay, please.
Okay.
Pure and simple.
21.
21. Okay, okay. I'll say that meets. There are many tales of the gods of the seas, and whilst most of them are known as kind of their true forms. Khan is a kraken, Marquaz is a shark, Orala is a, you're not sure. That they all supposedly, in rumor, have other forms that they take to blend in with mortals. You know that Marquaz is often depicted as, by those that claim to have met him and survive, as depicted as Goliath. And Orala is often depicted as an elf. But then you remember that Khan, many say that he takes the form of a dwarf. But they also tend to say that he wears his pride in the same way that dwarves do. So you have a feeling it might be Khan.
I can't remember. Sorry, I'm trying to remember all the things with all the deities and whatnot.
It's a lovely little document you can go and read.
Star Trek, Wrath of Khan.
Oh God,
Simple.
No. What is it
Not
about
spelt
maggots
like
in the
that.
brain? What is it about
Not-
maggots in the brain?
Not spelt like that. He
I
is
know,
spelled
I know.
K-A-R-N.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. I got confused between him and somebody else then, because I thought it was. Who did I think it was?
Your three big pirate gods are Khan, Marquaz, and Orala.
So Khan is like an ally of sorts.
To an
Orala.
extent, Orala is kind of neutral between the two of them, and Khan and Marquaz come to blows quite often.
So it's like Khan's like good, Marquez is like evil, and Orala's like neutral. Simplistically.
They're all evil in the sense of selfishness. Khan is lawful evil, Marquaz is chaotic evil.
Okay.
Okay. Is there anything else anyone wants us to do before you go to
I'd
rest?
probably just share this information again with the captain before
Okay.
retiring. Sorry,
Cor-
Captain. This
You're
is
going to bed, Phineas, and Quarantine's talking about dwarves that are octopi or something.
Sorry, Captain. I thought you should know. I reached out to the egg and I saw it
Right.
on a pedestal in the desert with cultists surrounding it. And I think Khan was there.
Khan.
He told me,
Chor Khan.
as in the crown of the seas.
Okay.
And he told me that the call had been made and I should answer it. From the egg.
We are.
I know. But I just thought you should know that even
Yes.
Khan does not approve of the egg's whereabouts right now. Sorry, Captain, I'll leave you to it.
Thank you. I'm already in my nice silky Jim Jams with a little like Scrooge hat.
And the Mr. Smee hat.
Yeah.
It would surprise nobody to know that Quarantine probably sleeps in the nude.
This is not news.
Okay. So, as you go to rest, we'll take a quick break there.
Okie dokie.
Go and get drinks and stuff like that.
Okay. Right, well, we'll take a break. We'll be right back. Thank you. to Damage Does D&D. I will hand you, without further ado, back to our Master of Pirates. Jade, take it away.
Okay, so as you are resting, Aldris,
Yes.
your, I hesitate to call it sleep, your rest is kind of odd. You're dreaming, repeating the moment where Remy died over in your dreams. But you wake with a start.
Just check, see if Remy's head's still there.
You look at Remy's head and you realise that his eyes have turned to gold.
That's very clever. Remy, how did you do that?
A simple enchantment, Aldris, I assure you.
Ah, Your Highness.
You hear the voice emanate from Remy's head.
Good of you to visit. I always appreciate you.
It is a long time since I have heard those words spoken to me. I have a little mission for you.
Anything.
Your friends may have mentioned it already. There is an egg to the north.
Right.
It is part of a ritual that must not see completion.
Right.
As one of my followers, you are duty-bound, not only to gather wealth, but to ensure that the secrets of the oceans remain as such.
Gotcha. Get all the gold. Keep all the secrets. Your will is my command.
Very good. Now, a little gift for
A gift.
one of my favorites.
You honour me.
The head kind of goes slack again. The eyes remain golden, and you're kind of inevitably drawn to the scimitars.
Pull them
You
out.
see them, you pull them out, and you see that they're slowly melting together,
Oh, that's clever.
and they slowly melt, and the blade thins and thins and thins to a long, thin, golden rapier.
Oh.
And the hilt kind of grows out, and the guard you see has gems embedded into it. And you kind of take it in your hand, swish it, and then at the end you bring it to you, open your hand, and it changes into a coin that lands on your palm. You may add the Rapier of Riches to your inventory.
And
I would like you to set it. Get rid of the two scimitars, add the Rapier of Riches to your inventory, and I'd like you to set that as your hexblade.
Awesome. Thank you.
Right. Is that all of my bookkeeping? Okay. So, you'll finish your long rests and awaken in the morning. I'm going to quickly work out how far you've traveled. 19. Bloody hell. Bloody hell, this ship's fast. Right.
Is the other ship just as fast?
Well, yeah, we'd be going as fast as.
The other ship is also a sloop, but it doesn't have Alcia's blessing. So, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. Okay. If you're looking at the Roll20 map, we don't need it streamed, but if you're looking at the Roll20 map, you have you're beginning to reach Deephorn. You'll get there in the next day.
Okay.
I will have the two acting captains at the moment. I'll roll for Kent. Just roll a d20 for me. Just one. Okay, Kent's all good.
Eight.
The seas are a little rough, but not enough to cause any deep concern among you all. Is there anything you wish to do on this day at sea?
What's the weather like outside?
It is raining, but not particularly stormy. It's just kind of grey and raining.
I want to go up onto the deck and try out my new ability.
New ability?
So I can subtly control the weather around me, and I can, as an action, cause the rain to stop falling in a 20-foot radius.
Okay.
So I'm just going to sit on deck with a 20. How long is our ship? Would it encompass the entirety of the ship?
No.
Please tell me there's a
from
cliff
which-
nearby too.
Hang on, I've got a little tool I can do.
I cover the poop deck, but that's about it.
Oh, fuck. Roll 20's been a pain. Hang on. It'll kind of cover the main deck, but it kind of catches the captain's wheel, but the very front and back aren't covered by the radius.
Yeah, I'll just sort of happily sit in the middle, keeping the rain off.
Okay.
I'd like
just
to
sort
go
of-
and find the captain when I may.
Okay. Phineas, if you're in your quarters, Phineas, are you in your quarters or elsewhere?
Yes.
Okay. I wander down.
You see Proshka stood at the door.
Ah, Boschka. So very good to see you again this morning.
It is the man with the head.
Indeed. And I've literally tied Remy's head to my belt with his hair.
You see her eyes go a little
Leave
wider as she
Ragnarok.
sees the golden eyes.
And I've got
Ah.
my new golden rapier on my other hip. Is the captain available at all?
You little gold whores are more effective than I thought.
I'm sorry,
Knock,
you
knock,
called
knock.
me a gold whore.
Captain, Aldris here to speak.
Oh, you can use my new title if you wish. The gold whore. I'm quite happy for you to use that.
Come on in then, Aldris.
Captain,
She opens the door for you and
thank you,
closes it behind you.
Proshka. She thinks I'm the gold whore. I'm not quite sure how she got that idea.
Well, suitable name for a pirate.
Yes, probably.
But Phineas, it would probably twig to you that gold whore is kind of a slang term used for priests and clerics of Orala.
Aldous doesn't know or care. Ah, Captain, I had a quick chat with my friend Remy here last night. It was very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it wasn't actually Remy, it was our goddess, Queen Orala herself,
Oh,
appeared and advised there is an egg to the north that is being used in some sort of ritual. She said it was very important that we go there, take all the gold, and keep all the secrets.
it would seem you are well informed. The egg to the north we are aware of, and that is our next destination after Deephold.
Ah, then Queen Orala herself came to you as well. That's fantastic. If you wish to make a donation in her name, I'd be happy to accept.
I will just pull out whatever coins are currently in my pocket. 9 gold.
That's
My
absolutely
donation.
perfect. Thank you. You'll see, I'll sort of squeeze it in my hand and sort of rub my knuckles together, and the 9 gold disappears. Queen Orala thanks you for your generosity, and I'm sure will look after us in the coming tempest.
Well, if there's anything I've learned at sea, it is that it pays to give to the gods where necessary.
Absolutely. I also, you may have noticed, have a new toy. I'll take the rapier out.
The gaudy golden rapier is very distinct on Aldris's hip.
Isn't this nice?
Beautiful.
And I'll put it back again. So, anytime we're in danger, I will spring into action, I'm sure, and probably be the best swordsman you've ever seen.
Quite possibly.
Indeed.
But gold doesn't tend to make for a good weapon metal.
Also, gold doesn't tend to disappear when you just press it into your fingers.
Quite true.
And also, apparently the dead can be very useful sometimes. I'll just look down at Remy's head with its gold eyes.
Right. Is that going to be a permanent feature? Do you need to keep that to speak to Orala?
I'm thinking I probably do.
I would hope then it will have some celestial magic that would stop it from smelling.
Maybe eventually it will all turn to gold.
You look at it, Phineas, and you can see that a couple of the teeth have turned to gold. A couple of the ones that weren't already golden.
I'm sure it'll be taken care of. And if it does smell, then who are we to question the ways of her ladyship?
Well, if nothing
can,
else...
of course, sleep outside.
That's okay. If nothing else, it looks intimidating. So.
Does it? Do you think I should hide it? Is that not what we're going for?
Yes. It's good.
Oh, it's
intimidating
good.
to our enemies.
Intimidating. Good. Right, I'll remember that. Thank you.
Carrying around the decapitated head of your enemy is probably intimidating to those who might threaten you.
I hadn't thought of that. But it's a very good point. This is why you're the captain, you see. You have all the thinking. That's good.
I certainly know how to choose crewmen, don't I?
Do you? Absolutely. I'm sure that's part of the job description.
In fairness, you didn't choose the last 4.
That quarter of a coin just sits in the back of your head, Phineas.
Well, if that is all, Aldris.
Yes, I believe so. Sorry, Captain, I was miles away.
I might go test out my own new toy. Continue to try and spin the revolver.
At this point, you're attuned, so it's a little bit easier for you to kind of flick and move about.
That's very impressive.
Attuned if you wish.
It's very impressive indeed. We should look quite the pair going into battle. You with your dashing good looks and pistol, and me with, well, the intimidation, apparently. Right, well, I shall leave you to it, Captain, if you'll excuse me.
I'll walk to the door, I'll open it and show you out, but I'll follow you out and go up onto the top deck near the wheel. and just sort of point and click.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Zach,
Make
run.
an attack roll using your proficient, so it'll be your charisma plus proficiency plus 1 because it's a +1 weapon.
You notice it's only half raining.
So
Yeah, it is odd that it's only like half raining.
can
It's like
I?
somebody put up a big umbrella over the ship, but it doesn't cover quite all of it.
You might be able to customize it and change the to hit and damage bonuses to use your charisma instead of your dexterity that it'll be using at the moment.
Yeah, I can't. I can give it a to hit bonus. I can't just change it to.
You can't change it to automatically use your charisma. I tried in the short time I had. I tried to find a way to make it do that. I couldn't,
Yeah.
but I'll keep looking.
It's difficult building those custom things.
Yeah,
I might have done it before. I'll have a look, but
Yeah.
And then the damage. It's got 1d10 plus 3. Is it not
it'd
plus
be
3?
it would be for you. It'd be 1d10 plus 6.
What's the light situation like on the deck?
It's not dark. It's a rainy day, basically, but it's just not
Yeah.
raining in the middle of the deck.
Would it be classed as sort of dim light?
Not quite. It's light enough that it's not dim, but
Fair enough. That's cool.
Martin, you're probably better off. You'll have to do it obviously every time. You might get more charisma bonus, but just to put it into hit bonus.
yeah, you
But your
can
charisma.
modify it, but
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I put to hit bonus and damage bonus to
In-
the right numbers. But
Yeah.
that's total 15.
15. Okay, let me just have a look at that. You were 1 off of it misfiring.
Wow, really?
If you roll a 5 or lower, it misfires. At current, I'm gonna edit it and fiddle with it. So to get it just right, I might change that to 3. I don't know. It's supposed to be a bit unstable.
Please tell me Lack has to dodge.
But you you aim it and fire it, and it kind of the runes glow, and a shot just flies out. It makes a bit of a gunshot sound effect. I don't know why I tried to sound effect it myself, but as it fires off, and you watch the what is it called, the chamber where the revolver bullets are stored, the 4 of them turn over, and you see that one of the chambers is now blank, empty. The other ones seem to have a little bit of a spectral bullet inside. It doesn't require ammunition.
This is the perfect time for your accent every time you fire it out is to be Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Boom.
As I say, I will be editing this, but it's meant to be kind of like a spellslinger's gunslinger kind of weapon. So I will edit it and fix it up. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
the idea, and it will take you, I believe, an action to reload it. Still, but you get 4 shots before you need to do that.
Yeah. That's fair. It's just trying to sort of weigh up whether it's worth that or just Eldritch Blasting.
Yeah, that's ever the problem. Like, welcome to my conundrum of why I didn't just make. Welcome to my conundrum playing Melissa. It's like I could use my fancy weapon, but Eldritch Blast is just better.
Yeah.
So
Could be handy if you ever lose your voice randomly. Not to give the GM ideas.
yes, Eldritch Blast does have a verbal component.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. From ever under the silence spell.
Or you need there to be no magical footprint. You can just go. Oh.
Cool. And I'm gonna spend the next while practicing I'll have gone below decks and found someone to make me a little holster or something.
Yep, you can absolutely do that. There are 3 artificers on board now.
I'll go speak to Barry about that.
You go down below decks. It's a little bit quiet on the ship because, of course, half your crew is on the Venture's call. But you find that Barry and Gabby have kind of set themselves up in the hold space where the crew are, where Eyeless does his rituals, etc. Gabby is up on deck, kind of patrolling about, and you come down and find Barry kind of like fiddling away with some metal contraption.
I don't need to make it a whole thing. I was just,
I'm just
make something.
trying to.
Can I change my accent to a Midlands accent just now that we have somebody called Barry on the ship, please?
No.
All right, Barry.
All right, Barry. Could you make me a gun holster, please?
Barry can do that for you perfectly fine. He actually has a couple of spare holsters available just in case.
And it depends, really. Just quite how thick you want to go with it. And I'll have you know, this is not that's not Midlands accent.
No,
Billy.
I didn't want to absolutely go for the whole let's go fucking Mozak again and get Kim involved. That's why I just a general.
Too late, mate. I'm texting now.
Kim has joined the chat.
in fairness, Martin, I think with that was verging on Dudley a little bit.
Good
That
lie.
was, yeah.
Good lie. If you don't speak like us, you don't speak properly.
Sorry. Continue.
Don't know if you can after that. So,
Yeah, I think we're about to get a
anything-
strike on the channel.
a billion knives and pieces of poo thrown from Kim.
Yep.
So, anything else? Anything anyone else wishes to do during this day of travel?
Klein will do his normal checks in the morning. I think when quarantine comes out and does whatever she's doing, he was kind of enjoying like the light mist of rain. So every time he kind of had to step inside to the little umbrella, he'll just sort of like every so often put his head outside and then kind of like flick it back in as he normally would. But yeah, just general checks, looking out to see air if there's any dangers about, anything like that.
People who are looking out can make perception checks if they wish.
$23.
23.
17 for Klein.
Okay. Seas are a little choppy from the rain, but not too difficult. You can see over to the Venture's call. They're kind of keeping pace a little distance away just to keep it safe. But they seem to be doing okay. All in all, it's a bit wet, but it's pleasant sailing. So, if nobody else has anything they wish to do on this day, we will.
Potentially. Yes, I do. Having just
Go
thought
ahead,
about it.
Klein.
I think Klein would try and find Eyeless.
Okay. Whereabouts are you, Eyeless?
So that it's probably become his little corner. So he's just that.
Yeah, so like Klein would kind of do like a sweep of the ship as such of where he thinks Eyeless would be and just come to it, and potentially like the first time Eyeless you would see Klein looking quite sheepish. And yeah, he'd enter the the room and be like, fuck me, hang on, I need to get the Burring accent out of my head. 2 seconds.
Yes, Klein, darling.
Recalculation.
He was just saying how easy it was to do Clyde's accent, and now he can't do it.
Mm.
Karma, man. Karma.
He
What
ruined himself.
You can do it.
Oi, Eyeless. And for any insight for people who are wondering, yes, I did just sing the Wurzels just to get that into my fucking head.
Good. Nice. Nice phrase.
Love it. Love it.
Good work.
Eyeless, yesterday wasn't like a good day. I know, like something came over me. It was the first time that's ever happened, I think. And I know you gave me that necklace and that pendant for reasons, which I appreciate, I really do, but if you'd like it back, I completely understand. You were
Klein, you are the Moon Mother's champion. She chose you. Now, I may have gotten a bit angrier than I should have done. One might say enraged. And I apologize for being so forthright.
you had every right to be, though. I don't know, it just like it was a big battle. I did everything I could, and I know I'm not exactly the brightest, I know that, but I'd like to think trying to be the protector of this whole group, like, that shouldn't really never happen.
But it may happen to us. It could happen to any one of us, but she chose to do it to you because you were doing what you do best. You were getting in her face, you were protecting the captain, you were protecting the rest of the crew. That could quite easily have been Phineas, it could have been Lack, it could have been Quarantine, it could have been any of us if you'd have chosen to do that. But
I know.
she chose you because she knew that you could do a lot of damage to us.
I just like, and I understand, like, Lack is completely like, and we all are dedicated to the captain, right? And it's just, I'd like you to know, like, I think you're quite perceptive, right? And you see what's going on a lot of the time, and I know a lot of the crew does as well. But I know you're the one to ask that, like, if that happens again, either try and stop it for me, and if you can't, take me out of the equation, because I can keep going for days. Not literally, but you know what I mean.
Quarantine does.
She doesn't. She doesn't.
She'd like to.
If it makes
Sorry,
you
someone
feel,
had to.
if it makes you feel better, I have a spell, and I may be able to hold you in place should it happen again until we can clear your mind. But I also want you to consider this. You are on a path set before you by the Moon Mother. There will be setbacks, there will be trials. Each of them will shape you into what she needs you to be. Each will give you things to think about, things to improve. And if what she's told me is true, you are on a path to an audience with your next stage of your becoming her champion. And when we meet this person, I will be able to leave this burden, and he'll sort of tap the the wrapped sword at his back. With them, to be locked away forever.
Right, the thing you told me about. Yeah. I get that, like. And I know the trident was given to me by my clan to figure it out and to grow a little bit. I mean, like, quite tall, don't need to do that anymore, but internally I know, but... And I know there'll be setbacks, but I didn't expect a setback so far that I'd start attacking the captain and the crew. Like, one of the things I do remember, like, if I didn't snap out of that, I was completely and utterly gunning for quarantine because she did the most damage to the person I thought I loved.
Yes, and again, that wasn't your fault.
No, I know.
We are fighting against very powerful forces, very persuasive forces. And perhaps you need to delve more into your connection with the Mother of the Moon.
I mean, I've tried to, like, to begin with on this journey, like, the trident started to kind of show me where I think it plus I needed to go, and it hasn't done that so far. There's so much going on right now, like, all of this happening with Deep Home and the captain finding out about everything. I just, like, I don't know if it's my time to do that yet. And I know you said, like, there's this big battle, and I think I'm ready for it, but
Perhaps the trident was merely there to direct you onto the path. Now that you're on it, you don't need its direction, and it will continue to guide you when you need it to. Or she will guide you through me. She sent me here to help you.
right, no, yes, definitely. And
If you would, I'm not going to make you do it, but if you would like to explore your connection with her more, I'm happy to help.
I mean, I'd like to. I definitely would. And at some point, I will
When
say
you're
yes
ready.
to that. But also in the back of my mind, when Aldous took me to the tomb, Oralia, some of the information given for, and he'll kind of pull out the trident and show you the indents. Gems are meant to go in here. And gems, potentially, from, like, gods. Who were good, bad, and not so bad, I suppose.
But remember, she is mother to all. Both
She
good
is.
and bad.
I'm just hoping that when I get to these places I need to be to get these gems to make the trident more powerful, myself more powerful, that they won't see weakness in me, I suppose.
The fact that you're asking these questions, Klein, is good. It means that you are more perceptive than you give yourself credit for.
And I'm not as weak. I know I'm not as weak because I haven't slept with quarantine yet. I know that.
Neither have I, darling. Well done.
Right. Yeah. I'll think about what you said, and I think at some point, yeah, we need to sit down and try and talk to her, I think.
And he'll sort of just lightly lift the pendant. This is your connection. She blessed this for me to give to you. She knew who it was coming for. Think on that.
I'll try to. Thanks, Otis. You're good.
Well, sometimes.
I'll kind of like give him a heavier pat on the shoulder. Probably used to it from Balkan. And leave the quarters and kind of not walk off chippily, but have a bit more bounce in the step back up to the upper deck.
Okay. Anything else anyone else wishes to do? Okay. I'll say that you complete another night's long rest. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Early afternoon, the Elusive Tide and Venture's Call pull into the shanty town of Deephorn. It seems as though they've managed to start making some repairs to the structures around the dock. There are a few more ships here, many of them armed to the teeth, or armed to the sails, I don't know, for a boat.
Armed to the gunwale.
Yes, lots of guns, lots of ramming weapons. You can see figureheads of sharks, of piranhas, of a skeletal dragon head on one of them. But they let you pass, seeing the colours of Alcea. Pull it in. So, what would you like to do?
Is the dockmaster there? Again, the same one what we met the last time.
Yes, they are. I had their name somewhere.
I probably have it somewhere as well, to be fair, but my notes are in a fucking order of disarray.
Right. I need to start a new notebook because like half the pages are falling out of this one. There we go, deep one.
Nope.
Xanath.
Deep one too. Xanath was their name, was it?
Yep.
Yes,
Green
Xanath. Big
So-
old green tiefling, yeah.
So before I leave the ship, Klein will go to the captain and be like, "So sorry, Captain, forgot about this. On one of the little cretins we killed in the caves and that, 11 gold to be added to the roster."
Were you trying to keep this from me?
No, just completely forgot with what everything happened and went to sleep.
Make an insight check for this.
I'm not even
Thank
going to
you,
roll
Brian.
against this. I don't need to. Sorry about
Thank
keeping it. Won't happen again. I say that, but you never know. And Klein will. Everyone will see him. Not essentially run, but get off the ship quite quickly and go up to Xanath and be like, "Hello, Xanath. Before you say anything to your dock crew, the boat behind us is with us. Just to let
Okay.
you know, before you start firing."
We assumed so.
Well, I just wasn't sure because the last time you tried to kill one of our crewmates on the ship who was an octopus, so just making sure.
They just return to making notes on the board that they're carrying.
And we'll just wait there for the rest of the crew.
Okay. So you have docked at Deephorn. What would you like to do?
Right. Aldris and Lack
Gabby,
with me. We'll go and see Lord Bazorn again, as
as you will.
was the three of us last time.
Uh,
Quarantine.
Captain?
Sell this ship for me.
Of course, Captain.
Captain,
Yes.
do you want to take Klein and Proshka with you with the items we procured for his lordship?
Exactly what I was going to ask.
Yes. I didn't forget. I just thought, no, you're right. It's too many heads to carry.
There's 2 barrels, Captain.
You two, barrel each.
Quarantine is going to start organising people that's staying behind to
Hen
Clear up the
heads, unless you've taken the heads off the cultists as well.
We took all of the heads.
Yeah, we took all. I definitely
I'm
took all of
stocking
it.
barrels.
There were
Okay, you
memes
wouldn't
and
have been able
everything.
to wouldn't have been able to take the spawns because they melted.
No, we didn't.
No. It was literally all of the ones near the ship in the.
Yeah, we lined them all up, so they should be
Lined
easy
them
enough
all
to
up, and I cut them off. It said that I kept.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if you included the 2 cultists and Lily in that.
Yes, I did say
Yeah.
that I cut their heads off and put them in the barrels when we got to the ship. I think
The only head
the
we're
only thing
not
we haven't got
selling
is Remy's.
is Remy's.
It's Remy's.
That's mine.
His entire lower jaw seems to be made of gold now.
So yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
get the twins and a couple of other people to start clearing up the Venture's Cool.
Yep, not a problem.
Make it suitable for selling.
So, Phineas, Aldris, Lack, Proshka, and Klein are headed up to go and speak with Lord Bazor. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
You get up to the door and you see that large, pale-looking devil at the door. Looks at you approaching, looks at the barrels, nods, and pushes the doors open for you to enter.
Come.
You see the hulking Amzu that Lord Bazorn is kind of stood at a writing desk off to the side, kind of finishes with the quill that he was animating, and kind of turns to you. Oh, you're here once again.
Indeed,
Right,
we have returned.
And we've got some things for you. And Klein will sort of like buffoonably stumble, accidentally trip, and the bar will open and just heads will fall out.
Who's gone to this, by the way?
Aldris, Phineas, Klein, and Proshka. Proshka just kind of looks at you and rolls her eyes as she kind of puts the other barrel down.
And you might hear Lack just say buffoon under his breath.
And Klein will be like try to turn it into a he was kneeling down and be like, "These are for you, my lord."
You watch as he kind of waves a hand and the heads roll back into the barrel and it lifts back up.
Oh. Still alive, I see.
Have you brought me the head of Kai Shun?
Unfortunately, Sir, Kaishun was not in the compound that we raided.
Then you had best hope that the heads that you have brought me are of worth. He walks over and kind of opens the barrel and scoops some of the heads out, kind of inspecting them. You see most of the bandits are getting put into a pile, and then he finds the 2 cultists' heads. Oh, wonderful. Snaps his fingers and a door opens. You see these 2 large spikes kind of float over, skewer the heads, and then the 2 cultists drawn back over to the trophy cabinet. And then he has the head of Lily right out of the barrel. And he looks at it for a while. This one was wanted for the attempted murder of a captain. He turns to look at you, Phineas. He kind of places his hand, this large clawed hand, over her beheaded forehead. Closes his eyes for a moment. You can see some sense of magic kind of draw out. I do like a tale of sorrow and misfortune. And he kind of lifts the head up, and another spike shoots out and just skewers it and carries it over to the cabinet. He then lifts the rest of the heads with his magic into one of the barrels, closes it, and kind of beckons, and you see one of the devils walk over and lift it and walk it off behind. For the cultists, 2 of them. I will give you 200 gold apiece. For the wanted criminal, also a cultist, and with a story to tell, 600. For the rest, 50 gold ahead. Which should come out to 200, 400, 1,000.
400,000. Yes, take it. Take it.
That's what she said.
And then 500, 1,500 gold. Do we have a deal, Captain?
Lord Bazorn, this was an incredibly dangerous and risky endeavor that we were sent on, and I feel it's worth more than that.
Surely revenge is reward, Captain. Make a persuasion check if you wish.
Can you have advantage as I've got a head strapped to my belt and I'm trying to be intimidating?
No,
Okay.
you get the sense that he does keep looking at it,
He's not having it.
Aldris.
He's not having
He
it.
wants to get a
But-
hold of your head.
I know. I'm not going to give him head. That's your department.
You might receive it from him, though.
I mean, if there's enough money.
Oh, natural 20 for 28.
Woof.
Nice.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be 400,000 with that roll.
That's the captain.
Don't breathe in, Jade.
No, don't.
You might choke. Yeah.
Let's have a look at this. Okay. He looks at you for a while, Phineas. Promise me you'll bring Kaishun's head, and we have a deal.
There is nobody that wants him dead more than I.
Well, okay.
You see a
He will
smile.
die, but I will just make the decision at that point as to whether to strap him to the front of my ship or to bring him here for you.
You could do both.
He kind of leans down to your level, Phineas. Don't tempt me, Captain. Around 2,000. That is our deal. They're fine heads.
And I'm sure they will decorate your halls gallantly.
They already do.
The man
I am
likes
starting a collection for those that worship beings that do not deserve worship.
Quite right. Would you care to make a donation to the... Oh, wait, no, hang on. No, forget I said anything. I just sort of catch his look and go, nope.
I just looked to see if he had silence, but he doesn't, unfortunately.
But then I could shoot him!
Exactly.
I don't think you're the one getting silence,
No,
Phineas.
absolutely not.
Oh, it's an area spell, isn't it?
Yeah, it is an area effect, though, so...
He nods, and another alabaster devil appears with a lockbox containing 200 platinum coins.
Platinum.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
It's easier
Translates
to
into
carry.
gold.
Easier,
Easier to carry.
A
I thought we
pleasure.
were getting like 10 times as much there for a moment.
I suggest, Captain, you get Grushka to carry it, or Klein will spill it everywhere.
Mm.
Klein instinctively picks up and holds it sturdily on his shoulder.
Just gonna just sort of lean to Klein a little bit. Don't embarrass me again. Lord Bazorn, a pleasure.
He nods and kind of waves his hands, and the doors open behind you.
I will follow the captain.
I really want to follow the captain, but I also really want to say something to Lord Bazorn. I'm going to follow the captain.
Good.
Good choice.
Good choice.
Say something risky to the devil.
What, the guard?
No, to the
Lord Bazorn.
Lord Bazorn, nah.
I'd be more worried about angering me and being on the end of lax justice.
Nah.
say something risky to the CR-18 devil.
Yeah.
Do it.
Even before knowing his CR, I wasn't going to. It was just a tempting thought of just Klein and the way he spoke to the captain and the gold he offered was kind of like, definitely seems like it should be more.
Amazu can cast Feeble Mind.
Well,
We all know I'm good with that.
You already got it.
So, whilst you guys are doing that, the folks back on the ships, what are you up to?
I will be going out onto the deck to see if I can find a buyer for the sloop. For the
Okay.
venture.
You do know that they have the shipyard, which is run by Xanath, the dockmaster.
Do we have the documentations for it?
Did you find documentations for it?
We're bloody pirates. Why do we need documentation?
They're probably fake
Because we're
anyway.
trying to sell it legitimately.
We're pirates in a pirate shanty town. They'd probably laugh if you gave them documentation.
Could always ask the could have asked the Lord dude if he wanted to buy it as part of his defense fleet.
Just make
Step
some
off. You
fucking
can see
documents.
the giant tiefling with the green skin just kind of like leaf checking through ledgers. Looks very bored.
Do I know his name?
Their name is Xanath, the dockmaster.
Xanath, darling. How have you been? I'm
What do
here
you
on
want?
business. Don't you worry.
What do you want? This... So much paperwork. Too many bloodthirsty pirates. Where were they a week ago? You know.
We were here.
What do you
A
want?
little late. We have a ship to sell. I don't suppose you know anyone who'd be interested in buying a reclaimed and repurposed sloop
Sloop.
in good condition.
I
Pretty
assume
quick.
you're not selling the Tide. You're selling the
no,
other one.
Of course. Yes.
Hmm.
The venture's cool.
Awful name. Bad name.
Well, you know, ships, they when they change hands, they change names.
Poor luck. Bad luck.
I'm not saying that anyone with a brain does it, but
I might have some buyers lined. What are you looking to get for it?
you know me, darling. I want to get as much out of it as I can. Don't roll your eyes. We had fun, didn't we?
They don't acknowledge that. They kind of raise a couple of fingers to the temples. Yeah. Oh God, I need to think of ship names now. Oh God. Preemptive naming.
I mean, I'd know roughly how much it would be worth, wouldn't I?
Yes, you would know roughly that sloops tend to go for somewhere in the range of 8 to 10,000 gold on a good day. And this is a pretty basic sloop. Oh God, I'm trying to think. My brain's
The
just
advert
completely...
now.
They kind of sound like the dragon followers. They point to the ship with the skeletal dragon head figurehead. They sail the frigid doom. They are seeking ships for a fleet. Speak with Kazarian. He's the one to talk to.
No, thank you, darling. And that wasn't so hard, was it? And you just
And they return
go
to
on tiptoes
checking through the
and
ledgers.
give him a little kiss on the cheek before leaving.
Return to the ledgers and just blanket.
Ooh, that
Far
one
too
didn't
busy,
go
far
well.
too bored. So, you can head on over to the Frigid Doom.
Yep, I'll saunter on over.
Okay. You see a fair few Dragonborn aboard this vessel, mostly black and white scaled. See a couple of them standing guard. They look over at you. You're too small for this ship. What do you want?
Oh, trust me, darling, you're probably way too small for me too.
Good opener.
I'm
One of
looking
them
for
kind
the.
of snarls a little.
I'm looking for your captain or whoever's in charge. I have a business proposition.
Right. Yes. We'll check that. But they remain standing there. A couple of minutes pass, and then you see a figure appear at the top of the gangplank. This hulking black dragonborn with various bone, this like bone armor crossing.
I assume from his demeanor, probably the captain.
Yes, the captain, whose name I definitely remember, even though I just said it a couple of minutes ago.
Azarian.
Zarian, that was it.
Kazarian, I think.
It definitely ended with the Ian because I defaulted to WoW.
Azarian.
Captain Hazarian?
Zarian. Yes.
I've heard that you're interested in purchasing vessels.
The
In
Dockmaster mentioned this. The sloop. Yeah?
Yes.
Ah, wonderful. Scout can find us prey. The Venture's Call. Yes.
Yes, but you feel free to do with it as you will.
We would. I offer you 8,000 for it.
Ship of quality, is there any way I could get a little more for it from you?
No.
Don't even get to roll for it?
Got to be a bit more persuasive than that.
Gonna say it was a bit beggy, wasn't it? Desperate.
Please, sir, can I have some more?
Oops, I dropped a gold coin. Let me just pick that up. I could show you a board before we get to a.
Mentioned a very
Right.
comfortable captain's cabin.
Mm. He kind of walks down
Personal
and kind
tour.
of nods to one of the Dragonborn that were guarding, and the two of them start to follow you to the Venture's call.
I will walk with a slight swish in my hips.
Okay, make a performance check for me, please.
Rolled up a 17. 8.
8. Okay, I will take that into account. You get on board, and he starts kind of checking over the ship. Yeah. Is a decent build. I like me. You
Indeed.
stole this.
We did not steal. We merely apprehended.
Liberated.
Liberated.
You stole it.
Former owner
Murdered
does
everything.
not need
Down the
you.
way with it.
The owners will not be coming back to complain. Trust me on that one.
Kind of leans down close to the mast and kind of lifts one of the planks up and looks at it. You can see this sigil that's been burnt into the wood. Yeah. You stole this.
As I said, the previous owners will not be coming back for it.
It is not an issue. We come to the waters of gold purely because you are so good at stealing things. And
Glad
it is
you
nice
agree.
to have a Frelakmir military vessel. I like it.
And the captain's quarters are quite plush. Should you
See.
decide to take it for yourself.
I'll tell my daughter that she may appreciate it. Now, price. It is better than I thought it was, I think.
I'm glad you think
Make a
so.
persuasion check. I know that's what you were like angling towards.
Don't fuck me over. That's okay. 15.
15. I will do you 9,000.
Already, darling. Yeah, I didn't mean that. I was saying that to myself, not to out loud.
I was going to say, this guy's married. You don't know. There's no ring. There's an awful
Daughter
lot of
was
bones.
mentioned, yeah.
Yeah, 9,000.
Do I feel like I'm getting a good deal from him?
Make an insight check.
Also 15.
He seems genuinely impressed. You're a bit surprised when he mentioned that it appeared to be a military vessel. But overall, I mean, given the amount you paid for this ship, it's a very good deal.
Yeah.
We have a deal, sir.
Grabs your hand and kind of, you swear you feel the bones kind of clicking a bit in the grip as he shakes you. Good. Return to my ship. I'll get you your coin.
Of course. I'll
Is he
grab. What's his name?
Kirkin.
No. Oh yeah, Curtin. Why not?
What am I being nominated for now?
Carrying gold.
Carrying the gold.
Duty.
Oh, okay.
I have a strength of 8.
Usual thing.
I can just about carry my breast. You know.
Right. Yeah,
So,
fair enough.
he
You
gets you
never get
the.
inspiration for things like that. Oh, I don't know.
Just makes what I
It's
put in the
just-
general chat even more accurate.
I got inspiration
just-
for just saying the word yes. So it's completely random.
Oh god. So I'll get you the chest with 9,000 gold.
The chest, eh?
Use.
It's nearly as big as mine.
I need to stop the end of session soon. You can bring that aboard onto the Elusive Tide. So,
If your thought was to end the session before you lost control of it, that ship has sailed.
Oh,
so I lost control of this session like 2 minutes in. So,
Mm.
yeah. So, you have. I'll say that you can bring the gold back, and as you do so, you see the group that went up to go and speak with Lord Bazorn returning with the lockbox of money. And I'll say as you reconvene, that's where we'll finish for today.
Yay.
We have gone a little bit over, so I do apologise, but
No, that's fine.
hopefully you enjoyed. A little
I
bit more
enjoyed
of a talky story.
Yep.
We can't slaughter the world every week.
No.
But we did survive a CR18 monster, so does that mean we level up?
You leveled up last week, Fiddy. Fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off, Eddie.
Back off.
Oh, that's a classic.
So, yes, thank you all for playing. Thank you, Jade, for running such an excellent session, even though it got out of hand a couple of times. But that's on us, not you.
You're
So,
all fiends.
yes, we are.
Yep.
But you love us, really. So, yeah, we will be back on Sunday? No, we won't be back on
No.
Sunday. We are having a skip day Sunday, so unfortunately no session for that. We will
I have a feeling we might be having a skip
actually
week,
having
actually.
a skip week. Yes, you're correct. We have no session next Tuesday either. So we will return a week on Sunday.
I don't get to play D&D for like 12 days. This isn't fair.
I mean, there are
Baldur's Gate.
things
It may
such as one
change
shot.
Sunday if anything happens on my end, and I get away earlier potentially. However,
Okay. So
we will
However,
see.
the Tuesday depends on your captain,
indeed.
I believe.
And your captain is not with us. So
I am working 8 till 8 next Tuesday.
No.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
not. I'm not.
No, indeed not. So we may be here Sunday. Check out the stream. Check out the channel. I will update and put a skip on if we're not going to be playing. We're definitely not playing on Tuesday. Anybody who does a 12-hour shift and then decides to play D&D is obviously insane. So we won't be going down that route.
No, committed is the right word.
Look at my keyboard
To
even
be
more.
committed, yes.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
So we love you very much. If you enjoyed our stream, we thank you so much. We enjoyed having you here. If you didn't enjoy it, you know what you could do, right? You can fuck right off. So, that being said, have a wonderful week, and we will see you very soon.